Welcome to Up Next, and we are live on TMC 105.1, the best of us. We are at the tops of Cebu City, Philippines. I'm Sarah Henderson. Thank you for listening in. Here on Up Next, we offer a space where we talk about stories, the people who tell them, and the quiet moments in between where something begins to take shape. Before anything becomes visible, or before the stage lights turn on, before the audiences take their seats, before the first line is spoken, there is always something unspoken that we are trying to understand. Sometimes it's a question, and sometimes it's a feeling. Sometimes it's something we don't yet have the words for, and sometimes it's something we are trying to hold on to. Today, we're talking about something we don't often sit with long enough. Not just stories, not just theater, but memory, loss, and the complicated ways we try to make sense of a person after they are gone. When someone leaves, what remains is not just who they are or who they were. It's what we remember, what we choose to say, what we carry forward. And that brings us to something very simple, but not at all easy: a eulogy. I've been thinking a lot about eulogies lately, about what they are and who they are really for. Because on the surface, a eulogy is meant to honor the person who has passed, to tell their story, to remember their life, to say something meaningful about who they were. But the more I sit with it, the more I feel that a eulogy is not really for the person who is gone. It is for the people who are left behind, for the ones who are trying to understand how someone can be here one moment and not the next. For the ones who are holding memories that don't quite fit together, for the ones who are searching for the right words when there are no right words. When someone dies, we don't just lose a person. We lose the version of them that existed in our lives. And that loss is specific, personal, irreplaceable. The version of them that you knew is not the same version someone else did. To one person, they may be gentle, and to another, they were distant. To someone else, they were everything. And all of these can be true at the same time. So when we stand in front of people and try to deliver a eulogy, what are we really doing? Are we telling the story of a life, or are we telling the story of how that life touched ours? A eulogy can never be complete. It can never hold every truth, every contradiction, every version. It is at best a fragment. And yet, it matters, because in that moment, we are not trying to define a person. We are trying to hold on to them. We are trying to take something intangible, memory, feeling, presence, and give it shape. We gather what we can: a moment, a story, a gesture, a moment that refuses to fade. And we say, this is what I knew, this is what I remember, this is what I carry. And maybe that's what a eulogy really is. Not a final statement, not a complete picture, but an offering. An offering of love, of memory, of meaning. Grief does not come with instructions, you see. There is no single way to remember someone. No single way to make sense of what remains, but storytelling, in whatever form it takes, gives us something to hold on to. Maybe that is why stories like this exist, not to answer the question of who a person truly was, but to sit with the truth that they were many things to many people, in many different ways, and that none of those versions cancel each other out. They simply exist side by side, incomplete, but real. And maybe healing does not come from completing that story. Maybe it comes from accepting that we never will and still choosing to remember, still choosing to speak, still choosing to carry what we can. And maybe that is what a eulogy gives us. Not closure, but a way forward. And that is where today's conversation begins. You see, eulogies are stories not from certainty, but from questions, from realization that a life cannot be held in just one version. Joining us is the playwright and director of the second eulogy, a work that sits with memory, with contradiction, and with knowing different versions of a person that remain after they are gone. He's also the very first director being featured in KULUKABILDO, a Stories to Direct Light, a monthly theater series presented by Tudenkan's Philippines and the Kabilin Center, a space that brings together storytelling, community, and cultural memory. So today we're talking about eulogies, about storytelling, and about what it means to carry a life forward through memory. This is a conversation on theater as voice, memory, and responsibility. And what's up next for the stories we choose to carry? Up next, Mario Alcoriza. Hi, Mario.
Hello, hello, hello.
How are you?
Gikulbaan ako, miss.
Why
Ganyan
man
kay wala.
itaon gikulbaan ta?
No, because this is my first time in this setting.
It's a lot of first, actually.
Yes.
It's your first. Is this your first play? Meaning as a playwright?
Yes,
And-
first playwright, first story that I've ever written in my life.
Wow, this is big. That's big.
Yes.
Yes.
Many first, first.
So that's a milestone.
yes.
On its own, and then it's also saying we're also saying that you're the very first director being featured in KULUKABILDO, a monthly theater
Yes.
series.
I really don't feel any pressure right now.
That's great. So let's just keep on talking about this, no? It's easy. This is not the Q&A. This is just us trying to get to know you and you as a director, as an artist, as a writer, and what made you choose to write and direct the second eulogy. But of course, as usual, we'd like to go back to the time when you have started with theater. So help us, take us to that journey. How did your love for theater or storytelling begin?
I think I have to look back no sa akong childhood.
Let's go and look
Let's
back.
Looking back.
So how long ago was that?
It's to be honest, it's fairly recent.
Okay.
I grew up in my eyes very normal. So go home, after go to school,
Yes.
play around, and then go home, and then that's it. There's no kanang avenue for me to be creative, or I don't know, or kanang walay opportunities for me to naadaing na way of doing things. Just play around, school, go home, and that's it.
Where did you grow up?
In Zamboanga City.
Wow, Zamboanga City. So how did you napadpad ka nganhi sa Cebu?
Well, it's a long story, so I just don't want.
Let's listen to the shorter version.
Okay. So, in Zamboanga City, Manggod, it's just that. Zamboanga City, more siya isolated place in a way. Dili same
For
sa,
you.
Yes. So I want to kanang expand more. So I want to live outside Zamboanga City, and then opportunity came after I graduated. I leave Zamboanga City and Cebu.
So Cebu is the first stop.
Yes, supposedly. But I grew and loved Cebu, and then that's why I stayed.
And
Try.
is it also in Cebu that if I'm thinking, so Zamboanga, you came from Zamboanga. After graduation, you came here, and you're saying that you didn't find enough opportunities to explore your creativity. And so arriving here in Cebu, what were the instances that made you find your way to the arts?
I think it's more sa kanang ang freedom. Nag-start ang freedom to be me kaya I don't have anyone here. It's just me alone. So na ay room for me to explore and find myself here. Uh that's why kanang naabot ang actually nag-start siya sa choir with The Voice of Cebu.
Okay, wow.
So I've been with them since 2018. And then the opportunity came actually with KULUKABILDO, first KULUKABILDO.
And that was in 2022.
2022. Yeah.
Yes.
I was just there to support
So
Carloy.
not as part of the production team or the
No, just an
performing team.
audience. Just-
You were sitting in the audience.
yes, I believe mga fourth row.
Wow.
Yes, I can see
That memory, you can
yes,
remember
kaya
that.
I can remember seeing kanang up close the faces of the actors,
Mm-hmm.
kanang how they act, how they react, and then how they interact with the audience. Which is including me, kay kanang yeah, close kay ko nila.
So sitting in that, that audience nga area for KULUKABILDO 2, did you actually imagine yourself being able to perform in in something like that
Ah,
at that point?
kwan siya, masyad kanang funny siya katunga moment, miss. Kaya it's more of an kanang whisper lang to myself na kanang ay kanang kaya na ko na gyud.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was kanang I think kanang how the
Was it more of a dream, an aspiration, a manifestation, or
more kanang pinahilas na kanang I can do that thing.
pinakahila?
Yes.
Pinahilas. Oh, okay. Yes.
Kanang was I think Melanie to na story. Na,
Melanie, yes.
I think I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to go out, kaya I had to work. Kanang ni apas ang real life na ako, so I didn't finish that
So
story.
it's like you were
I'm sorry.
dreaming, you were escaping, and then all of a sudden it's
Yes.
like, okay, let's go back to reality.
Yeah, I also remember after that thought na I can do that, I also asked if it was me, what would I do? How would I
Oh, yeah.
kanang act
Mhm.
this kanang scenario? Which is I think one way kanang na think na ko sa akong self na kanang yeah, I can really do this. I already have questions on how to do it.
And you mentioned kanina no, that you were supporting one of your friends. I think
Yes.
we have a comment here from that friend who is not in Cebu, as far as I know. He is in Manila at the moment. Hi to Louis Carl Basalo. Hi, Carloy, and thanks for
Hello.
listening in. Yes, and you have so many other friends who are here to support you.
Yeah, they should be.
Shane. You have Shane, as always.
Hi, Shane.
And then, pa-shout out daw siya. Okay, shout out, Shane, Ronel, Ayong.
Shout out.
And of course, your actors for this play, which you will be talking about more later, Richel and Basiga.
Hi, Ray.
Let's pretend she's not in the room.
Yeah,
And
she's
then,
not
of course,
beside
Charlene. Charlene
Miss Char.
Verlouvet.
Char.
And then, yes, so I think, and Grant, of course. Yes.
Hi, Grant.
So hello from your friends in Mandaluyong. Okay. Hi, friends in
In Medyo.
Mandaluyong, and thank you for listening in. So we're here in talking to Mario Alcariza, the playwright and director of the upcoming play, the second Eulogy, which is a part of KULUKABILDO series, KULUKABILDO Stories to Direct Light, which is presented as a monthly theater series by Tutankamps Philippines and the Kabilin Center. So let's go back to you having that experience watching the different plays in the very first KULUKABILDO and having that whisper no, to your very self na you would be able to do that. And what happened after?
I think after that thought, after the series, the KULUKABILDO, first KULUKABILDO, I think ako gipark ang thought.
Okay, it's sparked.
Yeah, kanang
Not
it's done.
gone.
Not gone. It's just in the back of my mind. Maybe
Yeah.
someday, uh, na opportunity for me. And then the opportunity came. Good.
How did it come
Ah,
to you?
I think
Did it? Yes.
after like I think a year after naipa-audition ng Toten Cans Philippines, the same theater company that did KULUKABILDO. Uh, at first, I just want to tick off one thing in my bucket list.
Yes. Okay.
After auditioning, that's it. I don't expect anything na.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So you went and auditioned without thinking whether, or without even like caring that much if you were going to be in.
yes.
You just
Audition
had to
lang
do it.
there's no kanang stakes for me gyud.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to audition and I just want to know what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it.
And
I'm
then,
good. And then look at us now. A playwright, a director, and
Mhm.
now talking to a radio station. I'm so amazed on how that little whisper
Has become
has
this.
become this.
This.
I'm still
And
amazed. I'm still I still can't believe it actually.
so before we start talking about the second eulogy, now I'd like to know, like, when it comes to stories, what type of stories actually touch you the most, or like which ones um, are you going for when it comes to telling stories, or just a story that you think you'd like to do now as a playwright? I'm sure and I'm hoping that you would do more plays. But yeah, while you're preparing for this play, what have you realized? The stories that you'd like to share, what are they?
I was planning to kanang look for a story lang, ready-made material to uh use for the KULUKABILDO too. But then I can't find anything na mo resonate sa ko. I can't find anything na I would like to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Kanang uh I want to direct a play, a material that I can see myself or my experiences played out. Uh yeah, that's why I think I just, since I'm directing first time to direct, why not expand it more and write sad. I haven't written anything, but this is time to discover myself maybe. So yeah, I want to
And
write.
discover you did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, I don't know if that's good. It's good. So yeah, I think I would just wanna see me myself represented to stage.
And I think it's also very important now for the audience to understand that with KULUKABILDO, we are actually giving a platform to up and coming directors, those who have never tried directing, and who have, who want to really try this out. So you have gone through training for directing, and now you are in the process of rehearsing and preparing for your very first play, which will be not this weekend, but
Next
the weekend after. So now let's focus on the second eulogy. Of course, no, we know what a eulogy is, or many know unsa ang eulogy. And for those of you who are not yet sure, eulogy is mona kanang during the wake or during a service, no, to honor someone nga namatay. We pay tribute, we share our words about the person who passed. And mona, it's usually an honoring na moment. But ang imong title is the second eulogy. So I think I'd like to start with, where did this idea come from?
I'm so fascinated on the eulogies itself. Kanang it's usually curated
Mm-hmm.
on how great the person was, how kind, how generous. And I'm just curious kanang how much truth are in that,
Mm-hmm.
or how much are kanang things unsaid, or is it made prim and proper kay uh we respecting the dead, or is it just kanang we're just saving the people from the mess good, or the honest, the true person.
So I think what you're showing is also, there's always the sincere, and I think most of the eulogies are really coming from, from a sincere heart. And but then there's always the idea of, it's scripted,
Mhm.
it's written, it's made to sound nice, and then making the person sometimes even so much better than when the person was alive.
Yes.
And that's when we ask the question. So, what was there a specific moment for you? Like, I don't know, maybe was there a death that you have attended the wake, kana siya that made you ask that question.
Actually, weirdly, no.
No.
Kanang my family members, close family members na, wala with for sa among family we don't tend to give eulogies.
Mm-hmm.
But kana lang kanang close conversations.
More of the
Like,
conversations
yes.
rather than that service of
Yeah, in front of a podium. It's more kanang close conversations, one like kanang face to face. That's more the eulogies we give.
just sharing
Yes.
memories and kana no the in a way it's like testimonies, diba?
Yeah.
It's like it's weird because there are even times when we say that when the person was still here, it's like we didn't make the effort to let that person know all the things that we wanted to share to that person. We waited for the time when that person was gone, and that's when we realized na all the things that we should have said, we're just saying now. And I think it's the same. It doesn't even have to be death. It can be just any ending. It can be a relationship and all that. And that's it. It's we choose to say the best things in the end when the person is no longer there to listen to these words. So who is the eulogy
Yes. Which
for?
is for us.
So Kanisha, sa second eulogy, in your writing process, no, were there were you understanding the story, or when you were creating that story, and obviously you have the characters, no, you have how many actors for this
Five.
play? You have five actors. So we're talking about five different people involved in the eulogy. So while you were writing, were there instances where you had to change, part of the stories? Maybe the certain characters have to be changed. Um, and how did that work for you?
Yes. Na yung mga characters na I think while just conceptualizing it.
Mm-hmm.
Abi na ako kanang I know this person na. But while writing it and trying to see yun, like kanang see the letters, the words in paper or in my laptop, kanang I discovered na they're much more than what I think they were.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say ang character ni Richelle, si Joanne.
So one of your actors, Richelle, who's going to join us later in this
Mhm.
interview, yes. So she's portraying the role of Joanne. Yes.
Yes. Loosely based on a real person.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was writing her, I discovered na there's much more depth na dapat na ko i-include sa yung story.
Mm-hmm.
Which now, thinking about it, kanang ni change sa akong perspective to the real person na loosely based kay Joanne.
Wow. So Wow. Okay. How do we connect that? So at first, you, of course, no, a lot of artists rely on experience and sometimes
Uh-huh.
imagination more than experience. But you're saying that the some of the characters are based on people that you know,
Yes.
and for one with that, and because of this experience, does that mean that you're seeing the this real person in a different way? Is it in a better way?
Uh yes, actually. Kadang I'm trying to think more of like kanang why are they like that?
Mm-hmm.
Kanang putting myself in their shoes more. Kanang maybe there's a reason why they're like that.
Mm-hmm.
Kana na I don't usually do before with kanang people I'm not that close to.
But isn't that like also one of the biggest things that we should have as actors also, no, and artists, empathy, diba? Trying to really understand how people are. We try to put ourselves in their shoes and understanding. So yeah, I can see that it sounds simple when you say it like that, but I'm
Yes.
sure that it's a lot more challenging than that. Now, I'd like to share with you a comment from Julie Cardenas, who's also part
Hi,
of the directors
Jules.
program, one of the up and coming directors for KULUKABILDO. I'm so incredibly proud to see you finally bringing your warmth and vision to the stage as both playwright and director, Mao. You've always had a gift for making people feel seen, and now you're doing it with an entire audience. Super
Aw.
excited. Somebody shall fire, fire, fire. Okay. Yes, yes.
Thank you, Jules.
Thanks, Julie Cardenas. Yes, thank you so much. And then hi to Abigail Abion Padilla. Thank you so much for listening in. And yes, we're still here with Mario Alcariza, the playwright and director of the second eulogy. And I think we are just trying to understand, no, the intricacies of having to write a play and then direct it as well. So, of course, let's see what is the challenge of being both playwright and director. Are there clashes? You know how you have to think as a playwright,
Mm-hmm.
and then you start rehearsals, you're using the material. Where are there internal clashes, conflicts, as between Mario, the playwright,
Mm-hmm.
and Mario, the director?
Yes. Kanang
Yes! Paspasag yun sa answer!
yes. Like kanang
Yes!
yes, yun. Uh when I decided to write, kanang I knew na from that time na kanang this will be hard.
Mhm.
But I never knew na kanang ingano di siya kalisod.
Okay.
uh kanang yeah.
We're laughing now, no? But yeah, it's that's the reality. Mukatawa
Yes.
na lang ta, pero
Kana
bitaw. That's something that people don't understand because we usually go to a place, we watch a play, we listen to the lines and all that, and we say, "Wow, that was great," or sometimes we say, "Nah, that was bad." But the thing is, the effort that was required to come up with that material, grabe kaayo siya for the playwright and for the director, of course, and everyone else, because, you know, theater is collaboration. But let's go to, like, what are the tensions that you've probably seen between playwright and director?
yes, for playwright. Yeah, I mentioned this kanang this is my first story ever I
Na i-perform on stage.
actually like first story gyud na materialize
Nga
in this
imong,
extent.
wow. Mhm.
So kanang nakoy kanang mo siya in a way actually like first baby. So nakoy kanang hold on how kanang ang akong intention of writing it of these characters. Uh kanang yeah, so na connection. I don't want to let it go yet. But as you know, as a director, I have to be objective and I have to let my actors kind of give life to these characters, even though kanang lahi lang interpretation. sa role, which is actually amazing. Kadang there are moments na uh like kanang naa sila yung mga interpretations na I'm so surprised na ako gi-read ang script like a million times and then wala ni Dawn nako ang angle na they doc like sa role, sa scene, sa character, which is like very amazing. And kanang naaray kanang uh a little bit na kanang unsa ni kanang like sepangs sa akong interpretation sa character
So
to
sepanks, ha, not spanks.
not spanks.
Yeah,
Sepangs.
separation
Anxiety.
anxiety. From the original material.
Yes.
And
Or-
I think that's, that's the beauty and the challenge of a collaboration. Because collaboration, you try to really work together with your other members of the team. And for theater, it's not only the director that makes the decision. And then one of the rules that we also have is that we make sure that we respect the material. But then here, you are the owner of the material and you're also directing it. And when you're working with actors who have experience and who have a lot to give, sometimes some characters are come alive in in different ways.
Yes.
Because of the character or the actor that is cast to portray the role. And I think that that's what's happening, no? So, kinsa may madaog pirmi, ang playwright or ang director?
Actually, dapat ang director gyud. I have to let go of the writer's hat
Mhm.
when directing.
That's
But-
good.
Some like kanang this is the first time directing it. So kanang napay kanang conflict
Yeah.
or when to let go or kanang sometimes questions gani na kanang did I really let go of the writer's hat now while directing?
Yes.
So kana
And obviously, when you have multiple roles, and in this case that's playwright and director for you, we have to check sometimes kung asa man ang linya, asa ang boundary ani niya. So I think ang next good nga challenge is more of like when you decided to work with your or to collaborate and work with your actors, does it make you feel better having seen the work that has come out from that collaboration? Has it actually worked for your material, or does it serve the message of your story ba?
the different ang ilahang different interpretation from mine kay it still helped. It did help sa story so what the story aims to tell. And I think it also makes me a better director with these different kanang clashing of interpretation, and also I think it also makes me a better actor. Hopefully.
And I think that's a good I mean, you having those thoughts, and I think a lot of it is really learning, no? But now that you're a director, before we proceed to that, I'd like for you to share with the audience what were the different roles that you've portrayed and the different plays that you've joined in before directing this play.
The first one I did was Suzical 2020.
Wow, Suzical.
4?
Yes. No. Wow, wait. Was that 2024?
2024? Yeah, 2024.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
And you were
Part of the Wickersham Brothers.
Ooh,
If you were
okay.
there, we were the ones with leather jackets.
yes. Yes.
Ako, si Grant, si Jacob. Hi, Jacob. Si Shane, and si Carloy.
So all members of Tutankan's Theater Company. Yes. So that's Suzical. That was your first
Yes.
musical production.
First musical, first theater production
Wow,
you'd
first
ever.
everything. And then after that,
And then after that, it was Frankie. Frankie builds androids
Frankie builds androids.
as
Okay.
one of the robots with Carloy and Dan,
Uh-huh.
which is very fun to do. We had this kanang makeshift na costume robots. I love that. And then the next was the callback
Oh, but
with
Frankie Builds Androids was also a musical.
yes,
And then after that, you did the callback.
the callback.
The callback is a straight
Straight play
play. Yes.
with Dave. Hi Dave and Carloy.
Oh, wow. Carlo is a constant partner. No? So, yeah. So, and then after the callback,
And after the
so
callback-
that's still 2024. Is that correct? Or is that already
I think
a year?
2025 ang callback.
No,
No?
2024. Yes.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Wow.
Yes, 20 because it
Yeah.
was the end of the year. Yes. So after that, after the callback, what happened?
After the callback, we did, so dili na siya not theater gyud, but we did one day ensembles in the lahi siya na theater experience sad.
It's still a theater experience because I think for everyone's information, you know, the ensemble or the ensemble is it's like the chorus, it's the group. When you have a musical, 'di ba, naatay lead and then natay supporting lead. And then you always have that group where you will have to be the crowd, the lain-lain nga kanang roles, no, nga 'di ba pirming daghang tao, mo ni ang atong gitawag nga ensemble. So they're a very important group when it comes to theater, and you have started doing one day ensemble as the
The conductor.
dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so that's not easy.
Yes, lahi sad siya na experience
But-
from acting on stage.
But I believe this would be something close to a combination of your experience in the chorale or in the choir and in musical theater.
Yes.
So I guess that was the advantage.
Yes. Yeah, so I got to lead people singing as a group with
Oh,
show
but
tunes.
you have to tell us the difference between your choir or between musical theater and the one-day ensemble is in the name itself.
Yes. So choir we have to sing as one voice.
Yes.
But in one day ensemble we have to sing as a group with one goal, not necessarily as one person, like let's say the choir. So it can be, you can say kanang lahi ko nga character but we're singing as a group.
So I think ang important said with the one day ensemble as an advocacy, no, it's that it's also we understand that there are so many people who have no time to go like commit to musical theater with long rehearsals or workshops, but they can probably commit to one day. And
Yes.
then in that one day, you teach them the different voices where they belong, and then in what is that, 2 hours, 3 hours,
Actually 2 hours, just 2 hours.
2 hours, you're able to have a presentation in after, diba, in the
Yes.
end. And you have the different voices. They don't know each other. They're like strangers. And you are the conductor. You assign their voices. You teach them the different voices.
Yes, I think the youngest one we had so far, the mga 8 years old.
Wow, 8 years old.
Yes.
And
then,
ang oldest, atong i-mention?
next question, please.
Yeah, next question. Actually, it's open, no? And that's with Tutenkans Philippines. We have the monthly one-day ensemble, and Mario here is not just a playwright and director, he is also the conductor of that one-day ensemble. And I hope Raf here, Rafael Chavez of TMC 105.1, is a member of the choir of UP Serenata.
Ooh,
So,
we will love to have you.
yeah, we would love to have you and join us. Di siya makitaan sa camera right now. But you know, Raf is a daily he's a staple here at TMC and he's helping us right now here on Up Next. So, I think I just want to know all those experiences. And you're saying you're a first time director, but you're not really a first timer when it comes to creativity, artistry, music, and all that. Now that you are in the shoes of a director, you're no longer an actor. How are you working with your actors? How do you, um, yeah, in terms of rehearsals and things like that, how do you guide them through the story?
With this kind of story na kanang we have uh different personalities, different characters na somehow kanang na ay conflicting perspectives with one another. Uh, I try to ask. I don't give them the things that I want.
Mm-hmm.
It's in terms of emotion or what I want to see. I tend to ask them questions.
You guide by asking
Yes.
questions.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
kanang rather than give answer. I ask them questions. Let's say so. Kay kanang I believe na it serves more purpose in the story to okay. There's more things na we don't say rather than we say. So a play of subtext, intention. That's what I
Oh,
want to see.
wow. Isn't that very intellectual subtext, intentions, and things like that?
Yeah.
Are you sure this is going to be you know we have in terms of audience our the way we accept stories also is based on our very own experiences and our knowledge and then it's like when people watch your play, do you think that they would be able to connect to it easily? But before you answer, before you answer, I would like to invite in the room two of your actors of the second eulogy. You mentioned you have five,
Yes.
but I'm so happy that two of them are able to join us today. So we have here with us at TMC 105.1 Grant Bacaltos and Ray Basiga. Hi, Grant. Hi, Ray. So,
Hello. Hello. Yes.
yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Mga singers, Benny silang duha, no? Pero murag wa nga nung nagpalayo man sa microphone.
Alaha.
But it's a
Sure.
6 inch dish. Not 6 inch
Distance.
distance. Voiceover things.
I'd also like to say hi to our audience out there. Thank
Right on.
you so much for visiting Tops and for dropping by here at TMC 105.1. So we have two of the actors of the eulogy. The second
The second
eulogy.
eulogy.
There's no first anyway. This is the second eulogy. Written and directed by Mario Alcariza for KULUKABILDO Stories to Direct Light, presented by Tutenkans Philippines and the Kabilin Center. So, Grant and Ray, thank you for joining and thank you for supporting your director, Mario. So
Yay.
obviously you've heard some of their conversations. You've been saying hi also in the comment section. Thank you so much for your support. So we are now getting into the conversation of how a director works with the actors, the collaboration and all that, specifically how Mario works with you as his actors. But first, I'd like to know more about your role and who you are in the second eulogy. So, ladies first, Ray.
Hi. So my role is Joanne. Joanne is that friend. No. I would say Joanne is
Maybe let's before pause ta, pause. We have forgotten to say kinsa may namatay aning the second eulogy. Yes. Naa ba? Naay name?
Yes.
Nine
He's
names.
Marco.
Marco. Okay.
Yeah, karang gamay na background about Marco. He's from Cebu. He
Taga
went to
Cebu pa gyud
Manila
siya. Okay.
to work.
Mhm.
And then unfortunately, something happened. So kadang during the final night sa iyang wake,
Mo ni atong gitawag nga championship night.
yes,
Nice, no?
sa iyang championship night, uh, everything was going peaceful until Eli, a stranger from Manila, where Marco came from, uh, disrupt ang notion that we know about Marco. He started to unravel the things
Mhm.
na the truth, the messy, the uncomfortable things about Marco, and the play asks how do we deal with those.
Okay, so you mentioned the character Eli. Eli is being played
Grant.
By Grant.
by Grant, who is here in the room with us. So, hi, Grant. So, let's start na lang with you. Tell us more about Eli and how you are able to connect to his character.
Yeah, Eli is, yeah, he's the outsider who met Marco one night in Manila. And it turned out to be one of the most important nights of Eli's life. And
Are
Yeah.
you allowed to tell us why it's important?
That's-
Or is that something for people to have to find out for themselves?
yeah, what did Marco and Eli do? Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, it was a very significant moment in Eli's life that included Marco in it. And so Eli felt a sort of what do you call this? He felt the need to go there to like be there for Marco in the way that Marco was there for Eli that night. And so he goes there with a completely pure or limited impression of what Marco was, and he wants to get to know who Marco was through the people in his life.
Ooh, okay. So, one of the people in his life was
One of-
Joanne.
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 So, that's you, Ray.
Yeah.
Yes. So, okay, tell us more about Joanne.
Joanne is actually the childhood best friend. So, she also carries a different kind of grief, I believe. She has her own truth. Um, but she is just kind and silent. You know, I mean, her grief is silent, her mourn is silent, but it carries a lot of weight. So, apparently, having to connect with Joanne is actually lahi jud ako understanding at first. No, ni chika bi ako nimo. Dami dami contract. Ano,
Enough.
oh, sige, okay na. Dami contract, miss, na kanang free ride home. Well, free ride home, we will talk about, kanang improvements and saan ako siya and all that. So, at first, akong idea ni Joanne is like, kay familiar siya. It's very familiar. It's because it's personal. I had that experience. I once had that Marco. Marco pa dyan ang name.
Oh,
Wow.
So, the initial thought,
Sure gid kang di ka co-writer.
di
actually based ni sa imong life story din.
Ay! Ay, kung nga wala. So, an initial thought process of an actor ba, miss, no?
Yes.
Na kanang pinaka-comfy na to dayon ng marag. Ato na din i-apply atong self. No? I-apply na to atong version of ourselves. So, I did a version of like a funny, or kind of like marag chess mess nga type of my sa akong eulogy. And he said, lahi sa mga approach. But then, after a few practices, like Sir Vince said na, no, kanang your approach would be this. Kanang, how about, kanang try it with a different approach. And that's when everything actually dawned on me. Like, nadi ko'y kanang gimorn silently the eye and it just flashed back. And
But I guess you always get no, you will always get people to like share, like especially in a collaboration. So I think the question for actors, because when it comes to direction, it's the director. So how do you work on that collaboration that to make sure that we still have the vision of the director with your understanding and your empathy towards the character, but being able to put those together and come up with the person, the character that you are portraying as the correct version. Director,
Ugh.
how are you feeling? Are there times when you feel like, like you're going far from your vision, or is it easy for you to actually be able to pull back? Because straying from your vision doesn't mean that you have no vision anymore. It just means that the direction has yeah. But have you seen yourself reining back and thinking na, no, I have to remind myself na mao ni ang akong vision? Were there times na inana siya?
Actually, kato sa story ni Ray, ganiha. We tried it first. Kana, ang first na mo na-run with her, I just told her to, freedom, explore. Kanang do what you do as what you understood the role of the character. And then, I told her na, no, it has to be, kanang, dili siya yung ani nga Joanne, but this Joanne.
So after seeing how she saw the Joanne, nga nimo nakitaan kung unsa ang
mo siya na,
imong ganahan.
Yeah, ni-reassure ang role na kanang ang role ni Joanne made kanang na clear siya. Clear na siya. So I had to kanang direct her to that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Which is from knowing her kanang it's actually funny na challenge for her. Kaya I know her as kanang quirky, as kanang alive, but
and I think when it's like that, no, we always have those quirky daw kaday. Huh?
yeah.
So I think people are also automatic na ang ilang expectation. So ang character ni Ray is inani. Ang character ni Grant kay inaana. Mura na tag ka ng ma-typecast, di ba?
Yes.
Na basta inani gani mo ni nga actor atong kuhaon. So I think I'd like to know how far are you from the character. Ganina is how are you able to connect. This time I'd like to ask you, how far are you from the character you're portraying? How far is the real Grant from Eli, and how far is Ray from Joanne? Yes.
Oh, me first? Okay. Yeah, actually, I've been telling Mao from the start how much I was struggling to really connect to the character at first, because my first impression of Eli, when I first went through the script, when I second went through the script, from the third time I went through the script, Eli seemed to be the kind of guy who treated Marco as some kind of like absolute saint, absolute hero, somebody who was like perfect, somebody who was really on this high pedestal. And me, I prefer, like, yes, I will admire people, but I also prefer to see the humanity in people. There's more nuances. There's people who perform like high functioning people, but they struggle. I want to acknowledge that there's humanity in people, that there's like struggles, that people need help. Like, yes, they're so busy like being good for other people, but who's there to be the hero for the hero? Heroes need heroes too. Mm-hmm. And that was the thing I was struggling to reconcile with Eli's character, until until there came a point where I was just like, oh my God, how many times have I gone through the script? Like, there's a lot of times I would go through a script once and I would understand my character. This one, it's like, how do I piece this together? How do I, like, understand and find? And I was even asking ChatGPT, like, okay, like, here's the script. Here's how I understand it. Help me.
And did ChatGPT help you?
Okay, so there was actually, yeah,
Yes.
because there was a line that ChatGPT said where that really clicked with me. That it said there was a line that said something like, "Did I misunderstand the most important moment of my life?"
Okay.
And that's when I started.
Masasabi mo direct?
That's
Is
what.
it right?
And that's when I was able to separate, oh, this isn't about this. I mean, yes, it's a little bit about Marco, but this isn't exactly about Marco. It was about the decision that changed Eli's life that night. And this was an important moment to him, and he doesn't want people to take it away from him.
Wow.
Grabe siya.
How profound.
Sa interpretation of character there.
But I think so. Hopefully, no, for actors also, there's a tip here from Grant. If ever you're confused,
ChatGPT.
Resources, right?
at least
Resourceful.
at least that's a good use
Yeah.
for AI.
AI is
And,
helpful.
And the thing is, yes, as actors and as artists, that's part of research. You know, there are researches when you have to interview people, and then there are times when you have to sit down and open your laptop and then.
Ask for help.
Ask for help. That's
And-
important,
But if we
Marco.
If we go back to what you were saying, also, Grant, no, wow, where did that line come from? Did I misunderstand the most important moment of my life? Now we have to ask. It's like, yeah, what do we consider as important moment? Isn't death itself important? And we're talking about death here, not as just as to say it out loud, but because we are talking about the second eulogy. And then I think a lot of it is also, death is a universal truth. We all have to get there, you know. How we get there is our personal journey. And then when we are there, we're not the ones who will be experiencing those loving words and all that. So unless you believe that the spirit of the dead will be there listening when it happens,
Yeah,
diba?
as a butterfly.
And it depends
Yeah.
on your religion, your beliefs, and your superstitions even. So kana siya. So that's Grant's sharing in all that. Now anhitang Ray. So for you,
Question.
how far do you see yourself from the character?
Actually, not that far.
Pero imong mic kay far gamay.
Oh, diba? Actually, very far. Karon dili na siya far. Kuan, dili na mo siya not that far. Kidaghan mo ko personality.
Go! I can see that. Those who know Ray would agree. Yes.
Dagag personality. Oh, what if si Patricia this time? What if we mixed it? No, charot. It wasn't that hard because the first version of script ni Joanne was just really short.
Mm-hmm.
So I just address it as simple as it is. Oh, the best friend. Oh, okay. Ni-share siya sa experiences and all that. Okay, I can be that friend because I am that friend, Jude, in person. And that's okay. Yeah, until na change. Kaya nahatag ko sa Diyos, ma'am, mula siya death. Ano ko niya,
Death good, no? Pero may gyud ta nangita og kalaw.
Kalam.
Okay.
Kaya naaman siya scene sa call scenes, very impactful scenes sa last scenes na ko need to build up and all. At dahil dyan, as the playwright and director, kuhaan ko siya, sige, atong
Request man ka og death. So I like, add ko.
Niadog mga pila five stanza. Siguro daghan daghan jud ko nga or daghan naman sa kay ni ma'am na lagi kita memorize it. But anyway, going back to
Kuan kayo ka, singer kay stanza imong gisulti, paragraph.
stanza.
No. Oh, but which I will ask a very question later on with regards to the musical part. But siguro ang ako, because this is a different process that we're doing. And I would also like to read first kaning comment from Julie Cardenas to Grant. I get you. I used to ask Simsimi
Oh my God.
those profound
Age reveal.
questions.
Kinsa na.
Simi katong
Wala sad ko kaila bitaw.
Okay, that's
AI,
not, dili na nakukuan.
So
Panahon.
he said the only difference is I usually get
Yeah.
I have no response.
Yeah, that's like Chat GPT 2009,
Dili pa gid
2010.
siya AI.
Really?
friends.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Dapat yun siya
Oh,
AI.
Yeah, but it's good to know that there are so many who actually turn to anyone and anything for questions that we want answers to ba. And we might laugh nga chat GPT Simsimi. But when you're looking for answers, bisan asa imong adtuon, aron lang yun makakuha ka sa answer.
Right.
'Di ba? So, yeah, katawa lang mo pero nakuha na tong answer.
Yeah.
So, Julie, mag usab na ta. Kinata sa Simsimi ha.
Storya ta, Jul.
Yes. No, but thanks, Julie, for sharing that. No, it's also, I think it's also nice to know that more than one person does that.
Yeah.
That you are not alone. There are others, and again, why do we have to laugh at people who turn to AI for like questions like that? As long as di lang yun mo makig-uyab og AI ha, kay dili ta makaanak. So, yes, because I also heard na,
Yeah.
diba, the emotional dependence, because when they can answer questions like that, can you imagine how attractive that is?
Yes.
So you go back and
can tailor
then
it
you
pa just
become
Yeah.
you
Yes.
become dependent.
Yes.
Yes. So I think that's the only thing that we have to be careful of. And to all of you who are listening, we are still here on Up Next. We are at the tops of Cebu City, Philippines, TMC 105.1. And I'm here with Mario Alcariza, the playwright and director of the second eulogy, and together with him are two of the actors. We have Ray Basiga as Joanne and Grant Bacaltos as Eli. So let's go back to the idea that the usual theater productions would have a material that's ready. You get a license for let's make it the usual na easy. You get a license from for a Broadway material, for example. So the material is fixed. The director uses that material to direct it, and then the actors would have to follow the vision of the director. But here you're mentioning Mario na while you're directing, the script is also evolving.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Kanang I
Don't
wanted-
feel bad.
No, I'm thinking of kanang it still is evolving. Like kanang we still have things we needed to change. Like
Don't
last
evolve
night.
na.
No, but I think that the thing is, you for that to work, it's also very important, and for that to work, you have to have the right people
Yeah.
working with you, and you have to have the support of actors, for you to be able to reach your vision. So I think how I'd like to see, because personally I have not been to any of your rehearsals, and I'm so excited to watch it next weekend, not this coming weekend, but the weekend after, which is the 18th and the 19th.
Yes.
That's April, okay? And at the Kabilin Center. So I'm excited to watch that. But I'd like to see, how does that collaboration work? Show me, what does rehearsal look like?
So rehearsal looks like kanang we're siya friends go bonding.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
So we start
Really?
so we start
Hala, dili siya friend.
wala man siya the past few days.
Oh my God.
Check
Okay.
so mag-start siya with just small talks.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Always.
Is that that's your warm up?
Yes. Kanang I think the story is a bit too heavy and too complicated, so we just have to kanang pahungaw lang gamay.
Uh-huh.
And then kanang maybe a minute or two of silence
Wow, okay.
before we run.
Is that like a ritual that you want to follow as a director?
Actually, dili siya intentional actually. So moingon ra ko kanang we'll do a run in a bit. So that automatic na kanang I think kanang they try to
Nagkanalang ko daw lang.
Mag-G na. So they just try. I think they just try to feel the space and be in the zone.
Yes.
And then we'll do a run. After sa run, kay kanang we'll talk na pod what happened sa katong run, do a little jokes, and then we'll do a run again. And then eventually napay mga questions that need to be resolved. Sometimes these questions are kanang big questions na would make the script, the story evolve again. It might be kanang an actor's choice kanang while they were exploring things. What if ingani di ay ang attack? What if I go high? What if I go low? What happens kay dili naman sa katunga character? It also affects the scene partner.
Correct.
So eventually ang the next kanang part of the story kay will also affect
The flow.
and I think the effect sad pod of the story. So
The mood.
yeah.
Yeah. So, well, it sounds like fun. But I hear a lot of talking, discussing, and all that, diba? And so obviously that's where collaboration is also seen, especially when you discuss and it's not just the director who's talking. Because, I've also encountered productions wherein ang director ganahan yun magsigig storya.
Ay,
What?
let's name names. Charot, dali.
Ay.
No, wala.
Kisa ka na imong mga director, day.
Kasi ikaw. No, dili nga na sa misa. Maybe sa kanang other actors.
Oh, moving on.
No, kanang I want it to be I think isa sa perks of being the playwright and the director. Kanang I want my story to be kanang ang storytelling kay I want it kanang personal sad on how they understand the character. So kanang maybe tweaks gamay kanang how would your character say this? Kanang comfortably. Getagan ako sila kanang freedom of kanang what if i-English ni siya nga line or i-Bisaya or i-Tagalog or kanang kana.
Fairness.
So there are those, unsa may tawag na to, ana? Open-minded. No?
Are you open-minded?
No, but I think it also follows. Unsa ang character sa imong director? Mao na siya ang mo follow sa how the production or how the play moves along. So if you're open, like you are right now, no, you're being open to their sharing, to their comments and things like that, then it becomes like mauna. It becomes collaborative. And I would probably say that, different generations, we have different ways. Like for us, ang among mga previous nga mga directors, God bless all of them and may they rest in peace. Yes, in ana na, no? In ana na level. Their style was also different because it's more dictatorial.
Yeah.
That You have to follow exactly how they want
Yeah.
it done. And mana if masuko sila, hala labay lingkuranan. Hala inanangan ha. That's a different generation. And now we're in a generation wherein we try to be probably more understanding and trying to be more open of how theater should be, how it has to be welcoming, and more importantly, how it has to be a safe space, diba? I do know for a fact na there are those who come to the theater as actors, as students, as audience, because they feel like it is the time wherein they can be themselves, they can be accepted, and they don't have to be perfect. And I think that's very important, especially for us in Tuten Cans, wherein we say na we are not after perfection. You know, we're after excellence, yes, but human perception, human interpretation is not perfection, diba? Masayup man yun ta and all that, and those are the things or the scenes that help build a character, meaning the role, and then it also helps build the story. Now we are always going for continuous kanang improvement, diba? So we have rehearsals and then, we want to improve and we want to do better. And so nag-evolve ang scene, nag-evolve ang script. But where do we draw a line? This is the question. Taas sa akong intro. This is the question. Where do you draw the line between continuous improvement continuous improvement for excellence and kanang murag deadline na. This is it. We have to be satisfied with what we already have. What do you think?
Kanang
Thank you for that question.
thank you for that question. My family. Oh my God. Yeah, I haven't draw that line
Not yet.
Not yet.
Mhm.
But thankfully, kanang we haven't steered that far. I'm so lucky to have I think actors who are like smarter than me.
Aww.
Thank you sa validation.
And also, I would like to give a big shout out to my mentor Vince Gaton.
Yeah.
Vincent
Yes.
Paul Diaz Gaton.
Always
Yes.
keep me and us on track
Yeah.
sa isa ka path. And also my dearest stage manager, Shifra.
Oh,
Hello,
Shifra, Bushiki, and Clona, my baby. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
So they both of them keep us in line
Yes.
to what our goal is really not just the goal of the story but the goal of the day's rehearsal, which is
yes.
kanang working with friends sometimes kay di na mag-rehearse, mag-storya na lang, mag-kiat na lang.
Pwede
So,
yun na because there's
Yes.
that the question of discipline, no? Nga, sige lang kay kaila naman tang tanan.
yeah,
Oo.
but mahadlok man mi ni Shifra, so
Oh my god.
Legit. Legit. One-liner na ipanghatag.
also ang
7:30 na.
kay kanang naay kanang elbow.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Uh-huh. So I think that's good to know that you don't feel like you're there na inana na takalayo, no, when it comes to preparing for the play, the second eulogy. By the way, let's also mention the other actors. So tell us who are the actors for the second eulogy
So we
aside
have
from Grant and Ray.
so kanang just a fun kanang story lang kanang these three actors I saw them so first KULUKABILDO.
Oh my god.
So Vince who is playing Rafael.
Vince Lopez.
Vince
Vince
Lopez.
Lopez.
He is the brother of Marco.
Mhm.
So what can I say about Rafael? So siya ang nabilin since nag-work si Marco sa Manila, siya ang nabilin to take care everything. So we'll see kanang what happened sa Iyaha when Marco was making his own decisions. How it affected him, how it affected his relationship with
Sa
these
family.
people, and how it affected his life. And then we have Frank, Dan. is
That's Dan Clever
Clever.
Gigantone.
So who's playing Frank? He's playing Frank na friend ni Marco sa Manila. How it affected how unsa ang influence ni Frank sa life ni Marco, and how his character kanang gives his kanang truth said in this week.
So they're opposite, no? But upat pa to ka character. But before we
Yes.
proceed to the fifth one, I've just noticed that you've mentioned na the role of Vince Lopez. He's the brother.
Yes.
Ang pangalan niya is
Rafael.
Rafael. So Rafael is staying in the province
Yes.
and taking care of family and home and
Stuff,
that.
yes.
While Frank is
Is a friend sa
na
Manila.
na-meet niya sa Manila. So we have the city boy and the country boy, no, in those characters. So claro, I'm excited to see the difference. The how they see like Marco differently. So now our fifth actor.
Fifth actor is Charlene.
Oh,
Vilve.
Charlene Verlove.
So,
We're surprised.
Oh, siya?
Yes.
So, kanang fun story na kanang I didn't saw her sa KULUKABILDO as an actor, but more
She
sa
didn't
behind the
act.
scenes.
She didn't act sa the first Kulukabildo.
Yeah, I saw her kanang sa likod, sa
She was
tech booth.
production manager.
Yes.
Yes.
So she's playing Teresa,
Teresa.
ang tita ni Marco.
Marco's tita.
Yes.
Mhm.
So she's more of kanang family matriarch. So na
Aha.
siya'y reputation sa ilang neighborhood.
Yeah.
And kanang we know this tita. Siya to ang kanang maybe kanang a bit richer. Na siya'y kanang nasa permi sa church. She's a religious
okay.
auntie who keeps us in line permi. We're a bit scared of her, but kanang we don't want her as an enemy. And then kanang
yeah.
how that tita affected Marco, affected Rafael, and then how her version of Marco influenced everyone else's version.
Ooh. Okay. Magbuot-buot di ay. So, but I can see that. Isn't that right? When, so we have 5 characters. So I'm expecting to see 5 different versions of
Yes.
Marco in the story. And then you're saying that Charlene's character, Teresa, the aunt, is trying to influence the others' versions to what? To be closer to how she of her very own version and things like that. So yeah, I think that is interesting.
Yeah.
And I think the question there is like, do we actually think that people are aware of the different versions of themselves that exist in other people's minds? And do you actually think, kawan ni pangutanon ani, do you think there's a true version of a person? And amongst the 5 versions of Marco, who do you think is the closest? Or who is the correct version?
Ew.
No right or wrong
Yeah.
answer. And while you're thinking of the answer, I'd like to say hi to Dan, Clever Gigantone.
Hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan. Thank you for listening in. Yes. Unsa man ni imong comment dan, matrigger ni si Grant sa ever-evolving script. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was ako Andy. That was a private comment. Pero okay lang. Okay ra daw ma-share. Yeah, so I think we all have our challenges, no? And yes, the challenge now I think is for us, for the audience who'll be watching the second eulogy, and I hope that all of you who are listening, you already have your ticket to the second eulogy, the play written and directed by Mario Alcoriza for KULUKABILDO, Stories to Direct Light.
Yes.
So, yeah, what do you think? Are we aware of the different versions that people have of us? And going back to the play, the second eulogy, who do you think has the correct version of Marco? Pwedeng di lang ka mo answer. The playwright.
Kami
quick
unang
one.
answer, and then ikaw mo answer.
Sige, fights.
Sige, para
Sige,
makabalo
sige.
mi.
Okay, so let's start with, answer to that, Grant.
My version's the correct Marco.
Sell it.
Same me, bias mi sa mga
Bias,
character.
no, mine.
Mine.
Oh, magaway jud ta.
No, mine.
No, this is our fuel for the play.
Emotional actor siya siya.
So it's not even, but I asked 2 questions. You only answered the second one.
Ay,
The
duha
first
de.
question was, do you think that people, us as people, or even you personally, are you aware that, or do you think that people have different versions of you?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
Expound.
More.
Yes.
Of course, Miss Oy. You are, like, for example, you're a different Ray. Like, for example, for myself, I'm a different Ray at work, in a workplace. I'm a different Ray as a theater. I'm a different Ray at home. I'm a different Ray when I'm with myself. We have our own masks, no? Na tuwa ganing bisag kitang kita lang, natin introspection, na pa ganin ay much more version nga pwede pa ganin mo unmask yourself, nga ikaw pa maka-reveal. And there are other versions that is yet for you to discover. So,
Yes.
so gani, naghan jud ka og versions, and I think jud no, there is no right or wrong answer as to kinsa jud ka, unless ikaw mismo ang mo confirm na I am that, and that's the only thing that matters.
So are you saying that you choose to be a particular personality or character or mask depending on who you are dealing with?
Yes, I think that works.
That works for you?
Yes, it
How does
works
that work for
me.
you, Grant?
Yeah.
Interactors ba yan?
So many mga taga-teatro ang mga tubag kay yes or no raman. Oy, pwede ka nang ayaw na ko ipa-follow up question.
Yes.
Goldfish.
Yes. So yeah, what do you think, Grant?
Yeah, I think because everybody has different life experiences, and everybody is able to like decipher or process the way you are, based on how they understand it, I guess. Like my actions towards somebody can be interpreted as something different to somebody else, or maybe some other person has seen sides of me that the other person hasn't. And I don't think any of these versions are wrong. I feel like all of these interpretations of me are correct.
Right.
But I think ultimately it matters to me, what kind of person I want to be, because like there can be so many, what do you call this? I lost my thoughts.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're saying that there can be different interpretations. But what you're more after is about you being a good person and all that. And then you mentioned that the different versions can be all true. But my question is, there are also versions wherein it's not what people see, it's not even what people don't see, but what people hear.
Mm,
Chismis pa.
Oh, diba?
Exactly.
Naguna ang chismis before meeting the person, before...
Yes. And then, so how do you say nga, yeah, that is true.
mm,
At first, no, because we have been a victim of that. Kanang, grabe ang kumafek na sa una, miss. Okay, I wanted to be this, I wanted to be that. And that's why I learned to mask na, no? We learn to compartmentalize gani.
And when you say mass, you're trying to say protect yourself.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And protect them as well from me. Painsag mo pa ka-victim ta always, right? No, di man ta always, no. So, by time kay, I've figured now, whatever they say, stays there, but let
Yeah.
them meet me.
yeah.
And we'll go, you know.
Yeah, I feel like we all have done things in our regrettable decisions, the regrettable ways we've acted, and that can leave a lasting impact on the people we have, done
Hurt
things. Yes,
and,
we have hurt.
yeah.
And
Exactly.
yeah, it's not wrong, and I believe, if they needed somebody to like vent to or like, say as a warning that, possibly Grant can be this and that and this and that sometimes. I think it's fair, but I also believe that it's also a personal value of mine that yes, I'm going to I might hear something about some person, but I will always form my own opinion of this person by actually getting to know them properly. Yes, there could be
Leave
like,
a room for a benefit of the doubt.
yeah, there's like word here and there, but ultimately, I need to like form it myself and get to know the person properly. I think that's only fair.
Maturity na, Grant. That's maturity.
Maturity. Yes.
For me, yeah, ako rin reiterate na kanang I think we try to know na kanang our the different version of ourselves. We think we know, but until we cross the bridge, kanang let's say na situations na people would say na kanang I thought you were like this. That's when we kanang realize na kanang it's either kanang
Ay, bitaw
ako na before but not anymore, or
Ay, bitaw.
kanang ang hearsays na kanang that's not me. So kanang aside from just kanang as a kanang a personal mission to have the experience herself, it doesn't hurt to ask and communicate and confirm if ingani ba gid sila. So yeah, I think that's it.
I think
Kada-
for us also, when you say, no, is there a true or correct version? Then we go back to Marco's life and the second eulogy. So, without being biased to your characters, who do you think is the person who would have known him
The most.
The
the
best.
yeah, the best. Yeah. Yeah.
For me,
Ca-
no, I can't pick. This is my story.
You don't want to share it.
No.
But I can also understand. You can keep it to yourself and for us to
Wala
figure
na.
out. Because if you think about it, no, like for example, okay, we're talking only about 5 people with 5 different versions. And there are more people that he's met, as a kid, as a teenager, as an adult, as a lover, as a coworker, and things like that. Obviously, if you're going to ask an ex, like, who you are or how you were, it's a totally different answer from if you were to ask a current partner or a parent
Yes.
or a child, right? It would be totally different. And that's how you see the person. So are we saying na if everyone is correct, then are we extracting percentages? So, for example, oh, Joanne got it 10% right. Eli got it 5% right. You know, things like that.
I don't think so.
You don't think
Yes,
so?
Actually, when you
kanang-
asked the question, Miss, it made me realize just now, what if we were actually all wrong? And that Marco is the only one nga makadetermine na nakasyara jud ang sakto. And he has
And
his
that
own
is
version
possible.
of himself.
Mm.
So, which would make us, kanang funny, but at the same time, it's very Filipino mentality na kanang, wala, ako dyan nakailan niya,
Yeah.
ako dyan nakailan niya, the best, and ano niya. What if no, si Marco kang kulit to sak. Cute man mo tayo.
Mubangon si Marco.
Abangan. So go buy tickets.
Yes. But I think it's now I'd like to relate that to actual eulogies because obviously sadly in the past how many months I've been attending services also and eulogies are are part of the kanasha the services and all and I appreciate it when when chosen family members like who were close to the one who had passed would be the one sharing and all that kana ganing wala kayo daghan drama.
Yeah.
What I'm uncomfortable with is when someone starts a eulogy with I don't really know the person but that I don't know if you've attended a service like that
Yes.
wherein someone would say I wasn't really close to
Yeah.
him or her but this is what I know. And then for me it's like I don't know if
You should be there.
yes that's one
And
and
then, why man speak up about it?
and
True.
I also feel bad for those who were closer to the
Yeah.
one who's passed and are not able to share. So kana siya murag ang ako lang ba. So in the second eulogy walay tao nga mo start nog. I wasn't close to Marco.
No.
No.
Bitak-tak
Si
sila.
Eli.
But maybe my question is, will every character you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but will every character be giving a eulogy
In a way,
in a way?
yes.
Okay.
I think it's part of everyone's kanang grieving process.
Mm-hmm.
Not technically that kanang eulogy yun that you have to stand up, but kanang maybe it's a talk to someone you're close with,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe it's someone in the mirror. Kanang just talking to yourself and just reflect on how you feel, how you know the person,
Mm-hmm.
what he was, what he meant for you, what roles they play with sa imong life, and what roles
Mm-hmm.
you play sa ilang life. Kay
Yeah.
grieving is complicated. So-
That's true, and we grieve in different
Different
ways
ways.
and
Yes.
multiple ways. There's
Yes.
no one
or wrong.
way of doing it, and even for one person, it can come in waves and different ways and all. And I think for the second eulogy, being a play, when the characters are doing their scenes, their lines, and all. The audience is being able to witness that kind of eulogy and they listen. Now, if every character is able to say a eulogy, then why is the play entitled The Second Eulogy?
Because this is where the things na dili mo ingon sa first eulogy. Imong memories na kanang na dili curated. Kanang maybe kanang that's how I think also part of grieving process is to remember all the memories you have with this person, the good and the bad. Maybe one time, kanang they made you feel pain, unimaginable pain, but you can share it to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So kanang this is the second eulogy is all about.
So is it like a symbolism of like the first is the only eulogy that you're actually able to share with the public, no, or with the audience, while the second is the one that you keep to yourself.
Yes. You keep to
And
yourself. You keep with your inner circles, with the people you are very close with, your confidants. Kay sometimes if you keep it inside, the good and the bad, it will eat you up. Not now, maybe, but someday.
obviously,
Yeah.
you know, why do you think it's important for us who have been left behind to actually share these words of gratitude, a tribute to people who have gone? Why is it important to us? That it's become more like for us. The words are not even for the person who had gone, but it's for us who are left behind.
Actually,
Yes.
no, most at na akong question, why jud na ay mga eulogy, why need mo chika? When Mao shared ng ilang eulogy was very different from the practice
typical.
the typical practice that we have na dapat jud siya kanang ma-share sa daghan and dapat jud magmore na tanan nga nindot jud kay ang mga tang namata or you know na tigo tugid siya lang na the real essence of I think for me a eulogy in memory no and in memory man na niya with sa imong family then you to share it to your family, direct family that remembered him, and it doesn't have to be grand at all. And it made me realize why we actually do that. No, I'd have to share. No, there was this one very impactful passing that I had with my family. Yeah, kami is it's a bit different versions of Rachel. Just imagine that. So when my lola has passed, it we don't have eulogy. We just laugh it out while amo siyang gigagiko nang yung lubong and nangatawa me and it actually became a family reunion and I think that is the essence actually of from passing sa death to actually realizing the essence of a true family. Nangatawa mismo kami kasabot na ano namatay mo to tingnan nangatawa with na nag-joke na hinuon me and kadang after kay murang tagol ana nga matiyan niya among gipang remember ang mga funny na moments ito si kuan until abot siya sa sad na moment until abot siya sa kani so as if kana siya it doesn't have to be grand at all no.
We have really different ways of mourning, as you'd say nga. Ang inyo murag gikatawan ninyo, but it wasn't. I would expect na it's not being disrespectful, but it was your way of coping with the loss, no? Trying to remember the good parts, trying to laugh at funny memories, and in a way, it's a celebration of the life because you're looking back at when the person was still alive, when the person was still there, and when you were probably arguing, having silly conversations, all those, diba? And those moments will never be replicated. They will not come back. They will not happen again because one of the people who was in that moment is no longer there. So, and I think mo na lisod no kay mo nang naay uban nga maghimo sila og rule nga during a wake way hilakay. During unsay tawag ani kanang during a kanang service when people give eulogies and all dapat ha kuan ra positive ra tanan.
Yeah.
Why walay sharing, dili ka pwede mo hila.
Magpatokar or magpakuan,
Party.
Yeah,
And
magpa-party.
and I can also respect that decision nga inana lang ang atong pagway of celebrate. But I also feel that it actually denies those who are grieving and those who need to cry that moment to really express the pain and the hurt while others are still there. They're waiting for that moment na mahuman sa ni tanan and then ganha na sila muhilak. Diba? Which is quite difficult. And for us, I'm comparing it to the process of acting. Hopefully, saying it respectfully. Now, with actors, diba, when we are actually feeling things, you have to be able to express it freely. And then you feel relief after. It's the relief that makes you feel better. And so when in the situation of someone had passed on and you are not allowed to feel, to express, and to just cry your heart out, how does that work? Diba? Kay kita, diba, dili, pwede. Hala, dapat ipagawas and all that. So I think culturally, that's something that we also have to learn as a people. We have to respect the wishes of the family, maybe the wishes as well of the person who had passed on, because others are able to share in advance. But for those who are left behind, we have different ways of coping. Muna siya. And I hope that people can see and share the humanity of it all. So going back to your rehearsal process, no, with all these questions and character analysis and all that, I wonder, especially for you, the two of you, was there a specific moment during a rehearsal, one of your rehearsals, where the play hits you differently, in a more dramatic way than it ever did before that moment?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Ray.
And, yes.
Yes.
And yes.
One word or yes? No follow-up question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, interpretation when it comes to character analysis, they insisted that I have to feel the guilt. I have to feel the guilt because I was the last person, or I have to feel the guilt so much. But I was thinking, why do I have to feel the guilt? Then after a couple of practices, after reading it through, and then a new, script was added, and then with more added context, it just naturally, flow. And then like a version of me, like na yung memory na ko from the past that has just like ting, like that, click ra siya. And it dawned on me na, that's why it's familiar. Cause atong nga time, I didn't have to, I didn't get to mourn. This time, I can. So, ana siya.
So are you saying that this piece, or the second eulogy, is like your way of mourning as well?
Yes. And
Wow.
moving along. Aton na person. So, like, okay. So I just have to let it be. You're to cry.
May camera.
No, I filter.
Ay.
It's okay.
Yeah, but ang question na right now is, am I able to portray that? Lami kay karon sa pagstorya nako. But as an actress, are you able to portray that? Kasi tanong sa mata, di man? No? Am I able to actually
Use
peel that off, reveal that, and nasabtan ba sa katong mga tao or to someone? And yeah, those are my realization actually. That's why, my respect to you.
And I think that it's very important na said kana when that moment comes, no, that might be the strongest, and that might be, when that aha moment comes, it's like you want to keep going back to that, but it may never come back.
Exactly.
I'm speaking as a director also. Na for actors, sometimes you reach that peak during one of your rehearsals and you'd like to go back. You keep going back to that. But that was the one that guided you to where you are. Doesn't mean you have to go back to that. But you understand the depth of the emotion there. And for Grant, what was it for you?
Yes. Oh. Okay. So, I had 2 years in a row. I had some dear young friends of mine who unfortunately had to pass, and one of them was a friend of mine who, in November, that was the last time that I made a eulogy. I hope it's going to be the last in a while. But yeah, the last time I yeah, please, please, everybody stay healthy. But yeah, the last time I made a eulogy, I was listening to everybody else's eulogies about how great this person was. This person was a beacon of light. This person was everybody's cheerleader, everybody's supporter. He made everybody feel so good about themselves, things like that. And it reminds me of what Eli stood for at the beginning of the play, where Marco is this absolute over here kind of person, but I was actually, the first time I met this friend, and the way I was able to support him even from the first night that I met him, he was already struggling with feeling like he didn't want to be in this world anymore. And yeah, throughout the years that I knew this person, I saw him struggle. So it felt so unfair that people saw him as invincible when really he needed help. And if he was able to receive support in the way that I believed he deserved to have received support, he would have lived a much longer life than just 22 years old. So, yeah, that was the last eulogy I made, and there's a scene in the play where I kind of relived that moment.
Exactly. Mo din ay feeling yun imong monologue. Actually, imong monologue kung imong eulogy, imuha dyan ang pinaka-favorite. Mo din na siya impact.
And I think that,
Sorry.
yeah, Mona, as actors, that's the biggest challenge for actors, which people don't see, reliving painful moments so that you can be in the emotion that is required by the material. And people don't see that. The preparation, the struggle, the memories that you have to unearth, ang imo nang gipang lubong nga mga kasakit and all that, you have to relive them. And because of that, you give justice to the material. And because of that, you're able to share the message that you would like to share. And because of that, people in the audience understand. And people in the audience are able to carry the same message and spread it out to the world in whatever way. And because of that, I'm so proud of you. Diba?
Aw.
Aw. And Sheng is also so proud of you guys watching live from the Republic of Liloan, Cebu, Philippines.
Ate
Sheila
Sheng.
Pestaño Hemperoa.
Fishing.
Yeah, so I think, wow, almost 2 hours na tanong.
Tabian jud kay ni mga
Tuwad na yung one-liners na to.
Tag one-liner na mo ganito.
Tagaan kita kag yes and yes. Sa di mga
Yeah.
theater actors.
We're now towards our last few questions na, before we end this conversation. Up next, I think I'd like to know it's very simple question. What has the second eulogy, the play, the experience, the rehearsals, getting to know the play, what has it taught you about people? Let's start with you, Mario.
Okay.
Ano sa magdinalaway? Mura ka thesis defense.
Yes. I not really taught, but kanang trying to kanang remind me na kanang life is short. I just turned 30 this year, and kanang I just realized kanang how time.
30.
Yes, age reveal. Kanang I just kanang I just realized kanang how time kanang quickly passed by, and kanang if there's still things you want to do, things you want to know, things you want to see, kanang do it now, and until kanang until the thing the thing
Do
happens.
it now.
Do it
Don't
now.
wait for tomorrow.
Yes.
But if you want to quit
Quit now.
tomorrow. Tomorrow. Ugma
for-
na lang sa, ha? And then, pangutan na sa di
this-
mong kaugalingon sunod.
Sleep
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Kanang kanang this KULUKABILDO gyud no kanang this is a result from that Quiet Whisper I did sa first KULUKABILDO. So I know I started very late in my life with theater. But it didn't stop me with pursuing it. So kanang I want another aim of mine for sa second eulogy is to, if you want to see how that little whisper na you think na kanang it doesn't really affect you or anything, watch the second eulogy. This is a love letter to you in the audience.
Oh, that was Mario Alcoriza, the playwright and director of the second eulogy. So maybe Grant or Ray, you'd like to share as well?
He shared more about his realization on the play, and we have already discussed that. I think what I just wanted to share, this is a good thing, good thing. What I realized in a good way. This is at the back, no, not the play itself, but more on us as actors. Mao, I've realized Mao as a director and a playwright. That is actually very nice to work with collaborative theater colleagues. Although when you ask where to draw the line, there's always a very healthy discussion in every practices, and that's not something that you can find in any theater group. Because as what you've made mention, Miss, na not everyone or not every director would even let you speak your own thoughts.
So
No?
true.
Not every PM, not every playwright. Pero magbuot man ka nga ako may nagsuwat. So, the good thing about this, I've realized that it's actually healthy because it made us realize and stir some mind. Oh, we can we do this to improve, or is this something that can make or break? Which is a good thing about Mao, and what I really love about him. What I've learned is really the respect to where to draw the line, when to draw the line. Cause initially we were just like, I'm actually ani lang ani siya na tuna na to ani. Okay.
How about no?
Then karon, sometimes we really have to just respect na that's it. Mao yang gusto, and kana, and it made me feel like unlock something na, oh, I can be this actress there, or kanang, oh, na mag-gauge na ko ang, mag-gauge ang ability ba. Pwede di ay ni. Oh, pwede sa ni buhaton bisag comfortable kay nimo bitaw. Sige, comfortable kayo siya, mo ko ka-try ani, or ka-try ani nga version na inactingan, or po ka-try ani nga version of storytelling.
And I think that's one thing we also try to promote, no, when it comes to not just with the KULUKABILDO series, but in all productions under Two Tin Cans, as we want to be collaborative. We want the person as a person first, and an actor second. You're a person first with feelings, with real experiences, and you are not perfect. So why do we expect you to be a perfect actor? Excellent, yes, but not perfect. And why we're saying that, it's because we are continuously evolving as a human being. No, with meaning our emotions, the feelings, how we react to certain situations. Our experiences are also evolving every day. Every minute, we are able to gather something new. And I'm glad that you're able to see that, because, Mona, we need more directors who are collaborative, who would listen, and who are able to respect their own vision, but at the same time, respect their actors' roles. Kana. And I think with Grant, is there something that you would also like to share with the audience in terms of, maybe the biggest lesson that you have received in being part of the second eulogy?
Yeah, I think this reaffirms what I had to go through in November, where I have to realize that a lot of times men get taught that our worth and our value is tied to what we can do, what we can achieve. And sometimes, to chase the kind of like validation, to chase the kind of some sort of like appreciation or love, men will chase, will move mountains to like fulfill their responsibilities, to achieve the highest kinds of things, but at the cost of not being able to like value themselves or take care of themselves in the process. And so I think it's really important. Yes, it's good to be ambitious. Like even me, like I started theater also in my like mid to late 20s, and there's a lot of times I feel like, oh no, I need to like improve as fast as possible, because I'm like I'm like old, and all of these kids are going to like take all of the roles, and like, oh, I can't be like a Disney prince or anything anymore. So like I feel like I started late, I'm behind, but at the end of the day, it's still important to like not tie my value too closely to the kind of outcome that I provide, or not to be like so hard on myself when I'm aiming for perfect, which is impossible, but I want to be there, and like, oh no, like what's that, like my performance wasn't perfect, oh no, I'm a failure, like like I feel like it's so easy to for some overachievers, like anything less than perfect is fail. It's either perfect or zero, but actually it's important to like appreciate the in between. And sometimes overachievers, they can't like take 75, or what's the passing grade, like they can't they can't take like 3.0, they can't take like 75, like that's not a 90, that's not like a flat 1, that's a failure. But then actually it's sometimes it's good to just know that you made it.
And I think that's very important, the part where we are able to say that we've made it, and the effort of having to reach that point. People don't know your struggles. People don't know what you have to go through in order to reach that point where you're able to say, I've made it. And for so many, and I do agree, being part of the Filipino culture or Asian families, thinking that you have to be the best all the time, because if you're not, then you're nothing. And it's extremes. You're either going to be really good at one thing and you just go second place, and it's already considered as not counted, and it's not something that can be of great value. And here, I hope that with productions like this, we can actually share different messages and stories wherein we are going to tell the people that it is okay, and it doesn't matter what age you start at something. You're never too late. We all have our own time. And for us here on Up Next, it's time. But before we end, I'd like to read a message, a comment from Dan Clever Gigantone, saying he's one of the actors of the second eulogy. He's saying, I totally agree with you, Ray. Wonderful to be sharing the space with you and with Direct Mario's collaborative spirit.
Aww.
I really want to continue this conversation, but
Time's up.
yes, we can't
Time's
do this offline,
Take it
off
offline.
cam, offline, and all. But I'd like to ask this last question for the three of you. What is up next for you? There's okay.
Ilan pa siya?
Up
Next, Maya!
Okay, to give Mao time to cry,
Yes.
kita lang first.
This is my up next.
Yes, Grant.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what do you call this? I believe there's still so much I can go from here, but you know, I think it's also important to appreciate that I've gotten here from where I've started. And yeah, even after the second eulogy, there's going to be some other shows in KULUKABILDO, which is happening over a span of 8 months. Yes, 8 months. And I'm going to be part of the play for the next month as well. Yeah. And
We look forward to that as well.
yeah, and there's also going to be a restaging of Hook Up the Musical, which is happening in June. And after that, I'm going to focus on rest, recovery, and supporting the plays that everybody else is going to do. Yeah, I'll have my spotlight this year, and I have so many things to improve. But as much as I want to, shine and show what I can do, it's also important for me to support what others are doing as well.
Thank you. Ray?
Up next for me is No, up next for me, Miss, is actually acceptance and just settlement and just be there. Just be present and that's it. I have been very busy this April, blessing, short films, this mouse, the second eulogy. After that, I haven't really thought of anything yet. I'll just be here supporting Tutinkan's KULUKABILDO series. And just be present. I'll probably just take my time, be slow. I'm at that age now. I don't want to rush anymore.
22.
I am 12 pa, actually. No, I don't want to rush anything anymore. I've already accepted na that's it, and I'm happy where I am right now. And I just want to keep supporting my friends, keep supporting my colleagues, my other friends, and I'll be here for you guys.
Okay, and Mario?
Then up next for me is rest.
Yeah.
Kanang this play has been kanang a big I could say an exhausting process. But the good way of exhausting. It did kanang push me through my limits creatively. First time director, first time writing a play. But after this, I might need to kanang take a break and reflect on what I did. Maybe sit down with myself. What am I good at after this experience? Is it in kanang in my path to be a director, or is it a path for me to take a rest and maybe kanang learn more before try to pursuing it again, or maybe the same thing with playwright, or maybe try another new thing. Maybe kanang on stage or off stage. And that's it for me.
Thank you. Thank you, Mario Alcoriza, Ray Basiga, and Grant Bacaltos. And yeah, theater can really take a lot from you because it's giving yourself, giving
It's giving.
everything,
It's
Yes.
good.
It's giving. Literally.
doing everything for love. So there's something about hearing all of your answers side by side that makes this feel even more real because even here in this conversation, we're already seeing it. Different perspectives, different experiences, different ways of remembering, and none of them change anything. They simply exist. And maybe that's exactly what a eulogy tries to hold. Not a single truth, but many. And I think that's where I want to leave this conversation. A eulogy was maybe never meant to be complete. It was never meant to capture an entire life. A life cannot be reduced to a few stories, a few memories, or a few carefully chosen words. And yet, we try. We stand in front of people, we gather what we can, we choose what to say. And not because it is enough, but because it is what we have. Maybe that is the point. A eulogy is not a final definition. It is an offering of memory, of perspective, of love. And maybe it is also a way of making space with the fact that we never really knew someone. Not completely, not in every version they existed in, but we knew them in the ways that mattered to us. And I hope that is enough, because the grief that we experience is not just about losing a person. It is about learning how to carry what remains. What remains are stories, incomplete, contradicting, beautiful, human. And maybe that is the role of a eulogy and of storytelling itself. It is not to resolve those contradictions, but to hold them, to say, this is what I knew, this is what I remember, this is what I carry. And maybe in doing that, we allow a life to continue existing, not in one version, but many. And maybe that is how we honor someone, not by trying to define them, but by allowing all the versions to be true. This has been Up Next. I am Sarah Henderson. This is where stories are not just told, they are remembered, they are carried, and sometimes they are finally understood. I'll see you in the next one.